So again, if you are just joining us, this is Barre Pilates Fusion. And what you'll need for your setup is a yoga mat, which you're only going to see a little bit of it because I'm going to move it into frame later, and a chair. The back of the chair should be about waist height. I think most chairs are pretty standard in terms of height, but if you have like shorter chairs or taller chairs, try to pick one where it is about your waist height. We're going to start with about 30 minutes of lower body work. So ballet inspired workouts. Feel free to modify any moves, like I said, and I will give modifications. And then we're going to end up on the mat doing core work for Pilates based. That's why this is called Barre Pilates Fusion. Okay, take water breaks at any time, any breaks at any time that you need. Okay, so I'm not putting on music because it kind of competes with my voice for with the way the Zoom works. You can have any music you want at your place. Again, I won't hear it, so you can pick an upbeat tempo music if you want, or you can have more serene music. It's really up to you, okay? The most important thing is technique more than like rhythm or pace of movement. So if I'm going too fast for you, go at your own pace. We don't want to go super fast unless we're like pulsing, okay? Okay, first position. Heels are together, toes are apart. We're gonna lift the outside arm, reaching up and over. Waking up our body with a side bend. Really think about the lifting up and then over. So come up to the front of your screen like this, if you can't hear anything or something. Good. Good, we're gonna lift the outer leg. So a whole body tilt. It's a little less of a side bend stretch when you lift the leg, but we're still trying to get movement into our bodies. Now, a couple of safety things about the bar. Keep going. So about your bar is not a real bar. It is not a bar bolted into the wall. It is a chair. So don't yank on it and don't put all your weight on it. It's meant to be something you touch lightly for balance. Okay? All right, let's do a couple more. Good, reach arm and leg up and then pull it together. Don't worry if your elbow and leg doesn't touch. It's really about just kind of waking this muscle up here, the obliques. And we're also waking up the hip flexors. Any movement we can do with our shoulders is always good, since we tend to be pretty stationary. Let's do 4 more. Good, bring your feet back to first position, and we're gonna do a heel raise. How's your shoulder? If it's fine, you can go ahead and lift it. Lift your arms. Heels come apart as you lift, and heels touch as you lower. We're gonna go down into a plie. You probably don't even need your chair right now, but it's up to you what you want to do with your arms. And someone decided. One down, one up. If you want to add a little more arm choreography, you can. Lift up. Now, other things to think about, your abs, nice and tight. Draw the belly in, chest is lifted. You want to work on your balance? Or you just don't own a chair? That's okay. You can do bar without a chair. This is a very little bend into the knee. So you don't want to go all the way down. No. Okay. Last one. Good. We're going to take the chair. You can turn around if you want. I just moved my chair. Up and over, other side. Let's wake The other oblique's up. So we are always moving the outside arm and leg. Okay? So I'm not going to say right or left, I just say outside, inside, because it really depends on what side of the chair you are on. We might not always be on the same side. How are you feeling so far? Good, good. Okay, let's lift that leg. So in terms of how far you are from your chair, you want to find a comfortable distance. If you're too far, it feels a little awkward, and if you're too close, it also feels awkward. All right, so there isn't any one, let's lift the legs and arm and pull the knee. So there isn't any like specific distance, it's really about your comfort. Let's do 4 more. And we're going to take our feet in second position. Second position is heels are about shoulder distance apart. We're still turned out, abs tight, chest up. Onto those heels. Feels a little bit different when your feet are apart, doing the heel lifts and the plies. Work on your balance if you like. Squat down. Don't go too deep. If you prefer your arms here, it's fine. Really, it's what helps you with balance and what's comfortable for your shoulders. No matter what, if your arms are lifted to shoulder height, your deltoids, your shoulders are engaged. Let's go down and up. I like to reach up as I go on my toes. It really helps to kind of lengthen my whole body. Oh, I think I'm going really fast. Let me slow it down a little bit. Of course, if I go too slow, it's kind of hard to keep balance on my toes. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2. Good. So again, we're starting with the lower body portion of the class. So let's see. You don't have to move your chair. I just like to start on this side because I'm against my white wall and it's easier to see me. We're going to start with the front leg. It doesn't matter, again, which leg you're using. We don't have an outside leg when we face the chair. Okay, so I'm going to show you both angles. If you look at my knees, they're right next to each other, and I'm going to do a hamstring curl. Whether you want to point the toe or you want to keep the foot flexed, what I'm trying to do is keep my knees next to each other, decreasing the angle of my knee. Okay? Abs tight, chest up. So from the front, you'll see my knees are kind of staying close to each other. If it helps you like squeeze them in a little bit, you can, but you don't want to like do some sort of knock me thing. But you don't want the leg to go out. And we also don't want the leg to go back because we are going to do that movement in a second. So I want you to feel the difference. Right now, it is just hamstrings. We've not involved the hip yet. If your foot cramps, just keep it flexed. Usually foot's cramp when you constantly point it. So this is all we're doing. Good. And I see everyone's waist and above based on your camera angles. So I'm going to assume your legs are doing this. Hamstrings, yeah? Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to extend at the hip. Right there. A slight forward lean, but not too much. See where my knee is? Keep it there. Wherever your knee is, try to keep it there as you decrease that knee angle again. So this is hamstring curls with hip extension. It should feel a little different because now our glutes are involved compared to when we were here and doing the hamstring curl. Okay, so this is where we are now. Use your chair for balance. Couple more. And then we're going to go into a full arabesque position. So what that means is you might want to back up a little bit. You can lean forward much more. There isn't really any difference from here to here in terms of your hips and glutes. But what's going to happen is your standing leg is now going to feel different. It's going to feel more of a hamstring stretch. It's more challenging for your standing leg for you to do curls in this position. It might even be easier for your hamstrings right now to do curls because the leg is horizontal, but it's a lot of work for your glutes. So just different muscle groups are being challenged in different ways depending on your position. I'm still trying to keep my chest up. I'm not going to drop like this. Wow. I think my wall's right here. All right, let's do a couple more. Standing leg is slightly bent. We're not going to lock it out. All right, last one. I'm going to move my chair just so I can be using my front leg, but you do not need to move your chair. Starting over on the other side. Really doing my best to count here. Sorry if I'm off by 4 or 5 reps. So first, the hamstring curl. Hips stay the same, abs tight. We want to keep our abs engaged throughout all these exercises, throughout every standing exercise we do. Okay, so let's try the slight tilt. Slight tilt. So the leg goes back, the knee is a new position. When I straighten my leg and bend it, my thigh bone stays still in space. It's probably easier to flex your foot, like you're trying to drive your heel towards your butt than pointed. But again, it's up to you. Let's do 4 more. Again, that standing leg is slightly bent. You know, when I don't think about it, I automatically lock out my knee too. It's tough to remember. I'm even guilty of it. The thing about locking out the knee is that it makes it easier, right? The muscles don't have to work when you settle into the joints. But we don't want to settle into the joints. Let's do the full tilt. And usually our hamstrings are tight here, so we automatically bend our knees. But the reason why you want your muscles to work instead of settling into those joints is because we want to develop the muscles to support the joints. We don't want the joints to do all the work. Let's do about 8 more. Keep those abs tight. Just still a little bit lifted. And that standing leg nice and soft. You're probably feeling a really nice hamstring stretch there. All right, I think one more. Okay. Shake it out. Just just gonna move this chair back. Actually, it doesn't really matter for your chair this time. We're gonna be doing a forward back thing facing sideways. So yes, your outside leg is moving, but you're not gonna face the chair. So here's the work. We'll do a more thorough stretch at the end. So the leg is gonna go to the front. So from the side, it looks like this. We're gonna go to the front. You can point the toe or flex it. It's gonna go to the side, and then it's gonna go to the back. So front, side, straight back. You can, again, like I said, point your toes, but I'm gonna keep my foot flexed because it allows me to see my leg rotation. So when I kick forward and my toes are pointing straight up, I know I'm still in neutral rotation. When I swing it to the side and my feet are parallel to each other, I know I'm in neutral rotation. Now, if I turn my toes out, that's externally rotated, and if I turn my toes in, that's internally rotated. So we want the feet to stay parallel. That's why having foot flexed is easier to view that. Understand? And then when I take my leg straight back, again, I don't want to turn out. I want to keep my toes in line with my other toes. So toes are facing down. So we're always in neutral position. All right, so outside leg goes forward, side, and then back. Oops, I just kicked my wall. Forward, side, sorry, it's back and then side again. I want to work on our outer thighs a little more. So we do a lot of hip flexor work already, quad work. We don't do as much outer thigh work, so I want to hit the outer thighs twice. Front, side. So what you want to watch out for is your foot position. Feel free to look at your foot. Is it vertical up? Is it parallel to the floor? Those toes pointing down as well. Standing leg, slightly bent, abs tight, chest up. And if you want to work on your balance and take that hand off the chair, feel free. It's right there. If you feel like you're going to lose your balance, you can always put your foot down, and you can always put your hand right back down. So different muscles are targeted with each movement. So outer thighs, hip flexors, quads, legs staying straight. It is locked straight. Now you can always lock a leg when there's not weight bearing on it. So when I'm standing on it, you don't want to lock it. But if it's lifted, then you can squeeze that leg nice and straight. And then your glutes are being worked as you swing the leg back, and hip flexors are being stretched. The standing leg is doing work, yes, but the moving leg is doing work, but the standing leg is probably what's really getting fatigued. Let's do one more cycle through, like this, and then let's just add a couple pulses. All right, nothing too big. So 2 pulses up. Pulse, pulse, down. Pulse, 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 pulse. Good? I'll count this. We'll do 4 cycles. Here's the second cycle. And if I don't count correctly, just stop moving. Pulse, pulse. So it's like high, higher. High and higher. Good. Maybe that second pulse will just go a little higher. Last round, last round. Even though I'm calling it a kick, you want to think about using your muscles to lift it versus any momentum. Okay. How's everything going? What does that mean? Oh, okay. Okay, let's do the other leg. First the lifts, side, now if you turn the toe out like this as you lift it to the side, what you're going to notice is that you're going to feel your hip flexors and quads again. Hip flexors and quads And if you keep it turned out, it's going to be hip flexors and quads again. But we want to hit a different muscle group, outer thighs. Even though I said you don't want to be internally rotated, I'd rather you be internally rotated on the side kick or the side leg lift than externally rotated. So if you're going to err on one side, then it's going to be on the internal side. Okay, go at your own pace, abs tight, chest up. It's pretty challenging for balance, especially when you're doing it slow and controlled. But that's part of the challenge. Good? Yeah, I know. Don't worry, if you fall, no one's gonna see you, right? Okay, we have about another 10 minutes of this in case you're wondering, when is this part over? So how's your standing leg doing? Slightly bent, should be doing work. Let's do one more cycle of the singles, and then let's do our pulses. All right, you ready? And by the way, if you feel like pulsing 4 times or something, do it. I just move twice. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And to the side. How does 4 feel? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's hard. I'll stick with the 2s. Maybe one day we'll do 4 pulses. So if you feel anything in your lower back, try to keep your abs really, really engaged so that when you kick back especially, the movement isn't because you're swinging into the lower back. The movement should be all about the glutes and hips. Like all this stays still right here. If you're wearing a corset, you can't even move. No one wears a corset. No one's ever worn a corset probably. But if you were, and it's really tight. Oh, how many cycles has this been? 1 more? We're done? Sorry. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I start talking and then I stop counting. Well, let's just do 1 more cycle for good luck. Okay. Moving my chair again. Like I said, we will do a bunch of stretches on the mat right before we do the like push-ups and abs and stuff. Check out your leg though. So we're gonna do external rotation. It's going to be a lunge. Here, let me show you. So you lunge. So this is a fitness lunge. Take a nice long stride length. Both knees are about 90 degrees. When you stand up, we're going to turn out. So here's the front. Turn out. So I'm bringing my toes to the back of my knee, and then I'm driving my knees out. So that's the turn out. This goes from here to external rotation. So step straight back into a normal lunge. So we're not doing a curtsy lunge. Straight back into a normal lunge. And then as you pull the foot toward the knee, drive the knee out to the side. All right, kind of opens up those hips. So if you need the balance on your chair, you're here and here. Big step back. Ideally, this knee is not shooting in front of the toe. It's shifted back. Drive the back knee down. Down and up. Again, go at your own pace because you really want to have time to go into that lunge. And you don't want to step back like this and keep the back leg straight because then you're not lunging. So again, showing from the front. So this knee is to the corner of the room. And if you were facing the chair, if you were to extend the leg, it would not kick the chair. Now, if you didn't do turnout, you extended the leg, you're going to kick the chair. So now we're gonna do that. Lunge, extend, straight back lunge. Again, when you're facing your chair, if you're kicking the chair, that means you're not turned out enough in that leg. Double quad work. Quads work here as you straighten. Quads work here as you straighten. That's the purpose of the quadriceps, yeah? Leg straightening. So this leg, the other leg that's not doing all the stepping back and the kicking out, that's what we call our stabilizing leg, our stationary leg, and it is definitely getting work done. All right, I need a designated counter. Let's switch sides. Have we had enough? No? Do more? I think that was at least 16. Okay. First the lunge. And then the turn out. Looking good. And we're breathing, obviously, and we're thinking about our abs and our chest. Our chest stays up. Again, if you want to work on your balance, by all means. Okay, let's add the kick. There's 2. All right, I'm gonna really try hard to count. The most important part about working out when it comes to legs, or any muscle group really, is that you feel that muscular fatigue. You feel the challenge. You don't want to stop the exercise if you don't feel the burn. It means you didn't push yourself enough to the point of overload, where your muscles will get stronger due to that overload. Let's do about 3 more. Again, a really good feedback mechanism is if you're facing your chair and you're standing right behind it, you won't kick the chair if your knee is turned out. I think that was 3 more. Okay, shake it out, shake it out. Okay, we're gonna be taking it to the mat, but I just want to do a, here, we don't need your chair anymore. Move my chair. So just before we get to our mat, I just want to go into a wide plie. Just kind of, this actually stretches out our inner thighs. So it is a squat and it is work, but it's also actually a stretch. So let's just push our knees out a little bit. You can add a little shoulder dip, a little rotation. And as we transition into our abs, we're going to start with the plank. So if you want to just go to one end of your mats, take a deep breath in. Whether or not you want to sweep up your arms. And then we want to roll. If I was standing against the wall, I'm just going to take my head away from the wall. My shoulder blades. The rest of my spine rolls down. And I'm going to find my mat. So bend your knees. And you're going to come into your plank. Now you can do your plank on your wrist or on your elbows. It doesn't matter. If on your elbows will be directly underneath your shoulders. So we're bracing here, squeezing quads. A lot of things being braced here. So this is a good transition into our abdominal work. Breathing. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Eye gaze on the floor. Right between your elbows or right between your thumbs. 1 more breath. It's not just abs squeezing here. Good. So Pilates targets anything that attaches to your spine and pelvis. So we're going to be doing all that work here. I know you're dying to stretch your legs, so I'm just going to incorporate that into the abs. So the ankle goes over the knee, and you can keep your foot down, and this is still a good stretch. And then we're going to do our crunch. You can either reach your arms forward, or you can have your hands behind your head for neck support. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Until just the shoulder blades come off the ground. Now, if you'd like a deeper stretch and you want to imprint your lower back, keep those abs engaged, you can lift the leg. In Pilates, we want to focus on quality of the movement over quantity. So move really slowly. Work with your breath. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose as you come down. Exhale. A very slow, intentional, purposeful lift will help you recruit the right muscles. And again, we're stretching here. Last one. Good. Switch. So switch those legs. You can do a couple here. Maybe let's reach our arms forward here. And then let's try a few with the neck supported, the leg lifted if you want. So during this part, I'm kind of doing non-stop abdominals and core work, but I'm not going to be just doing all the same types of abs. So switching from planks to crunches, all that will kind of change how your muscles feel. So we're not fatiguing any one particular muscle group. Good, last one. So planking is like we're going to get right here into our side plank. You want a strong shoulder here. I'm going to do it on my elbows. So you don't want to sink into your shoulder, strong. Both knees are bent. If you like, lift those hips. And what you're doing is contracting these obliques here. You can have the top leg straight. You can reach the arm and reach up. It stays and gives you lift out of your shoulders. Push as high as you can. Don't worry about stopping at neutral. Go as high as you can. We're going to get those obliques. You're also going to probably feel a little on the outer thighs because you're pushing your knees down. I actually like doing it with my bottom knee bent more. I feel there's more range of motion, more work on the obliques, and a little bonus of the outer thighs. You can also do it with both legs straight. I just don't know if I feel it as much. Last two. Good. Come back into your plank. I'm going to do this one on my elbows, and then we'll do the other side in a second. So this time, we're going to do a rocking plank. So you can have your butt a little higher if you want. Just make sure you don't feel it in your lower back. And you do want to feel in your abs. So you're going to rock forward and back. You're going to push into your toes and then pull back with the heels. So it's almost like you're stretching your calves back here, and then you push into the toes. Good. So range of motion is about 2 or 3 inches. Now, if you feel a lot on your shoulder coming forward, then just inch your body back. Find the range of position that works for you. If you go too far back, it's going to be really hard too. So again, you can find all these different challenges for yourself. The end goal is your abs are working. Shouldn't be too much in the shoulders. Let's do 4 more. Breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's do the other side for the side plank. So we only have 10 minutes, so I kind of picked like a few more challenging ab exercises from the Pilates repertoire. Being lifted, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Two more. Feel it down here? Good. Come onto your back. Actually, come onto your stomach. I'll face this way. So spine work, equally as important as our abs. We just always do more abs because our abs are naturally stronger, but it doesn't mean you want to neglect your abdomen, your spines. So supported spine extension, forearms on the floor. Press into the floor with your entire forearm, from hands to elbows. Now neck, keep your chin down. And keep your head and neck aligned with your spine. So you don't want to keep looking at the video, you don't want to keep looking at me. Let down and lift your chest. So the top half of your rib cage probably comes off the mat. And you're gonna feel it all around here. If you don't feel like you need your arms for assistance, then you take your hands back here, and you can really squeeze your shoulder blades as you reach. When you squeeze your shoulder blades together, it opens up the chest a little more. Helps your posture. Right now, the tops of my feet are staying on the mat. Let's do 4 more. Hands underneath your shoulder, push back and stretch. Create a nice curvature in your spine. All right, we're going to do the roll up. Segue into that, we're going to do some half roll backs first. So feet flat on the ground, knees bent. Feet are about hip distance apart. We're going to roll, pretend like we're going to roll down, stopping halfway there. Keep those arms reaching forward and lift back up. You should feel this in your abs. Exhale, C curve back, inhale. You can either keep the C curve or you can straighten up into neutral. Try to keep those shoulders down and away from the ears. Good. If you prefer this version and like this is great, very effective. We're going to go into roll-up variations and eventually lead into the teaser. So I'm going all the way down here. I'm going to keep my knees bent. I don't have my knees very bent. They're slightly bent. All right? So arms here. Reaching for the ceiling. Your arms are going to be critical in helping you pull up. So reach. If you get stuck, you can grab behind your hamstring, kind of assist yourself up. And then we're going to roll back down. Now the other nice thing about having the knees bent is that if you get stuck here, exhale here, you can kick your legs a little bit and it helps you up as well. It's fine to have assistance coming up. On the way down, you want to really use the abs, resist gravity slowly, and contract those abs on the way down. Inhale, arms, exhale, spine. Good. Let's do one more other variation. I'm going to show you a couple of other variations that start to prep for teasers. Inhale, exhale. So now watch this. We're going to straighten one leg and I'm going to pull the other knee in. This is called tabletop. We didn't really go over that earlier, but it's when the shin looks like a tabletop and this is the leg. So 90 degrees, knee over the hip. So we're going to come here, And again, if you get stuck, you're going to kick that leg out. Okay? And here, you can stretch forward. And then as you roll down, you can either start to pull the knee back up, or you can roll down completely and then pull the knee in. All right, so let's try that again. Arms, head, neck, shoulder blades. Kick that leg out, and that helps you with the roll up. Rolling down slowly and pulling the knees in. Other variations. I really like Pilates because there's so many variations of every single exercise. So you can find something that challenges you. Arms, head, shoulders. I'm going to kick my leg out, and I'm going to keep it up. You can bend it again. See, another variation. So let's say you keep it bent. I'm going to roll down. And here we are. Let's try one with the leg straight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Lots of quad work here. Exhale. All right, let's switch the legs. So this leg stays straight, and then we're going to bend the other leg. Okay? Yes, I know there's a lot of roll up, but this is really good for spine articulation and ab work. Feel free to take a break. Inhale. Exhale. Kick. What do we do? Oh, we did this version first. Sorry. I was like, that doesn't sound right. So this is nice when you come all the way up and then stretch forward. You get a hamstring, lower back stretch, and then you can roll down. Play with your arm position. If your arms are high as you roll down, it's a little more challenging. Pull that leg back up. Abs, abs, abs. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Arms here. Arms here. See how it feels. Okay, I'm going to keep my leg up this time. I'm going to keep it bent though. So no more stretching forward. That's okay. Let's do one more time like that. Inhale, exhale. Keep breathing, in and out, in and out. It's constant. Breathing never stops. And then let's try two with the leg straight. Kick. The whole point is that you do use a little bit of assistance. The most challenging part of the roll-up is sort of the sticky spot where your spine isn't as mobile. Last one, last one. Inhale. Get the head, neck, and shoulders up first before you kick. At the same time, you crunch with your abs and lift with the spine. And if you think about what a teaser is, it's basically this. Both legs up. So we're not going to do that today because we just did all those teaser variations. All right, let's come here. Flipping over. We're going to do some tricep push-ups. So if your hands are underneath your shoulders, you're going to bend your elbows towards your thighs, not out, towards your thighs. Let's do 6 tricep push-ups. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up. You can shift your weight towards your arms to get that work in the tricep. All right, if you shift your weight back, you won't feel anything in the tricep. If you shift your weight too far forward, it is still too much work for the tricep. So you want to find that position that allows you to work your triceps. Inhale down, exhale up. We're all probably doing this at different paces, so I would like you to do 6 to 8 push-ups, or however many you'd like. Okay, I'm going to call this my last one. You should feel it here. Quick shake of the wrist, and then I want you to do a spine balance. I'm lifting a leg. It happens to be my right, but whatever is the opposite of the leg you lifted, that's the arm that's going to go out. Find your balance. Eye gaze on the floor next to your thumb that's on the floor. Good, other side. Make sure the knees are under the hips and wrists underneath the shoulders. Lift your other leg, no higher than the hip. Lift the other arm, no higher than the shoulder. Good. Stretch your spine. Nice and round. Still breathing. Lift. Treat your head and neck as part of your spine. So a gentle curvature here. You don't want to look up too much because it's a little bit out of the curvature. This is more in line with my spine. So eye gaze slightly ahead of my fingers, and then again, head and neck align with the spine curvature. Okay, we're going to stand up and stretch. You can take your feet however wide you'd like it to be. Whichever arm you want to start with is going to go across. So turn. Oops, hit my wall. Relax your head. Look at your kneecaps. Feel the stretch in your inner thighs and hamstrings. Slowly stand up, rotate to the other side, and reach down. It's okay if there's a slight bend in your knees, as long as you feel the muscles lengthening. Slowly roll up, and bring your feet in back together. Get into our calves here. So you really want to drive that heel down. And then try to keep all 10 toes facing the same direction. Should be squared. And then let's get into the hip flexor here. So the leg that's back, that hip flexor, we're going to start to bend the back knee. But as you bend it, I'm going to tuck. All right, this is untucked and this is tucked. It's a very small movement, but it really changes the difference in how you feel in the hip flexor and quads. Okay, let's try the other side. First the calves. So we did all those heel raises earlier. So we want to stretch the calves. We definitely worked our hip flexors and quads today. And again, the same hip flexor stretch as I'm bringing the knee down, I'm also tucking. Good. So Pilates, most of it is a little bit of stretch and strength in one. So if you need any additional stretching, please feel free to do so. I'm going to have a seat, and we're just going to do one final deep breath in, thinking about our posture. As we inhale, we're going to lift the chest. We're going to drop those shoulders back and down. We're going to reach your arms up without shrugging. So keep those shoulders down. Find as much length and lift through the top of the head, through the spine as possible. Sometimes it's hard to lift just through the head with our arms down, so just creating that lift. Good. And thank yourself for taking a midday break. What we want to try to do in general is, if we're working from home, is not to work for 8 hours straight without lifting from our seat, from our chair. And if you're drinking plenty of water, you should be visiting the bathroom every 1 to 2 hours anyways, which takes you from one seat to another seat. But it's good to get up and actually move your body. Like you can do the cat-cow pose, stretch a little bit, swing your legs. Every exercise we did today can be done at home, as you can see. So no more excuses for not being able to go to the gym. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them now.